So tonight we're going to be talking about Hugo Boss Now, which is the new 2020 release. It's a really nice looking bottle. As you can see, a nice frosted glass, blue color. The blue matches the strap there on the cap. So this bottle was sent out to me from FragranceBuy. They're having a huge sale for their Canada Day event. I'm going to go ahead and briefly cover some of the discount codes and savings that you can expect to see. You can use the code FragBuy53 to get free shipping on orders over $53 here in the US. That's a great deal because normally you will have to pay shipping when you purchase from them. Or you can use the code CELEBRATE153 to get 10% off plus free shipping on orders over $113 US. So really that one right there is going to be the best deal and the ticket to this sale. They already have really low prices. They're very competitive. So the fact that you can get 10% off on top of their already discounted prices and also get free shipping if you spend $113 is going to be a great deal. And I do recommend you guys take advantage of it if you want to pick some stuff up. Guys, you're not going to get better deals than this. They really specialize in a lot of new releases and some discontinued fragrances. They're the first discounter to have this fragrance, and when I worked with them in the past winter, I got Dior Sauvage Parfum from them, and they were also the first discounter to have that scent. So they are really quick at getting these new fragrances, and that's a lot of the reason why I like to shop with them so much. They offer great prices, fast shipping considering it's from Canada, and just great customer service and support all the way around. So make sure you check out FragranceBuy, check out this deal. It's a great deal, and guys, you're not going to regret it. Let's go ahead and jump into Hugo Boss Now. Get it? Let's jump into it now. So here's the other two Hugo Boss fragrances I have. I got Reversed and I got Iced. And as you guys know, Reversed is going to be my favorite. It's just a scent that I really enjoy. So it's kind of what got me into the Hugo Boss line of fragrances that look like this. So let's go and jump into Hugo Boss Now, and we'll see how it compares to these other flankers and if I think it's worth picking up. So if you look on Fragrantica, you'll see the main note listed for this fragrance in terms of smell is ice. Now, let's be real, ice doesn't have a smell. Like, you can't smell this fragrance and tell me that it has a prominent note of ice. So, you know, it doesn't smell like ice, but what that note does do is it gives it a cooling and refreshing type of smell, which you would expect kind of from ice. When you think about ice, it's cool and it's something that cools you off and refreshes you. You get a cooling, refreshing vibe from this fragrance. You also get mint up top in this fragrance. It's not as noticeable as in Hugo Boss Iced. It's kind of confusing here. This has ice, but it's not called iced. Hugo Boss Iced does utilize mint a lot, and this one has a little bit of it in there as well. This one also has lemon zest, and that is one of my personal favorite notes. I love lemon zest. It's not utilized all that much, but it does give you a nice zesty, citrusy kick. It's used in Bleu de Chanel Parfum, which I love that scent, and I love how it's utilized in there, just giving it a nice pop, and it really makes it stand out. You also get a bit of a watery, aquatic type of smell. It's not so much aquatic, I guess, more though, as it is watery. And, you know, it's something that's more or less is a vibe that it kind of puts off. It doesn't smell like water, but it has a watery, kind of transparent, effervescent type of smell to it. There's vetiver in the base, which Hugo Boss, they do use vetiver quite a bit. Again, it's one of the primary notes in Hugo Boss Reversed, which is why that's one of my personal favorites. They utilized it great in there, and they do use it in here. It's not as strong as in Hugo Boss Reverse, but it is there in the background just enough to give it some depth. That vetiver is mixing with a bit of lavender, giving it somewhat of an aromatic dry down, so it just gives it a little bit of substance. So through and through, Hugo Boss Now is going to be a pretty simplistic fragrance. There's not anything that's new or groundbreaking here, and there's not anything that's going to blow you away. Now, you know, Hugo Boss Reversed, in my opinion, is going to be the best of the line. It offers something a bit different while also not being too different or too out there. You know, this one, it does smell really nice, don't get me wrong, but it's something that, you know, you probably have smelled before, or, you know, you smell it and you do think it's kind of generic. That's kind of what this fragrance does. Again, that's not to say it's a bad scent because it does smell really good, but I do think if you are going to be buying something from Hugo Boss and you want to get into their line and get a summer fragrance, definitely go for Hugo Boss Reversed. In my opinion, that's probably going to be the best way to go. Do I like this one better than Hugo Iced? I might. It's one of those things where I'll probably go back and forth with it. Some days I'll want to reach for Hugo Boss Now. Some days I'll want to reach for Hugo Boss Iced. I can say right now, I'll probably be reaching for this one over Hugo Boss Ice. I do like the scent. It is just really overall very refreshing, which is nice, especially with the weather we're currently having. Very humid, very hot. Something like this will really cool you off. And I mean, just look at the bottle. That kind of just sums up this type of fragrance smell just by looking at it. So when can you wear this fragrance? It's going to be more or less a casual summertime scent. Nothing I would dress up. It's nothing I'd wear on dates. It's just something that you really want to spray on when you're going out doing summer casual activities. You can wear it indoors in air conditioning. It'll be kind of cooling and refreshing inside, but you can also take it outdoors and wear it when it's really hot outside. There's very few fragrances out there that are good for the really, really, really high heat. And I'm talking like super hot outside, humid, sun beating down everything. But this could potentially be a fragrance that would work really good in the extreme high heat, which is something that's nice to have handy in your collection for days when you may need it. I found performance on this one to be about moderate at about 6 hours. So it's not the worst performing thing out there, but most people would want better. In terms of projection, it sits pretty close to my skin. It will push out a little. Primarily it leaves a scent trail more so than it actually pushes out and projects. So it's really up to you in terms of what you look for in your characteristics of how it performs. Some people like really strong projectors that just announce themselves without you having to move. And some people like scents that leave more of a sillage, a scent trail. When you walk by, it lingers in the air. And I find that this one more lingers in the air than it does project out. I find uses for both types of scents. I like both types of scents. Not really too picky on that. I think, for this scent, performance is fine. You're not going to get a beast mode scent with this type of scent profile, and that's just kind of how it is. I mean, if there's one out there, let me know. I would love to, know about it, but I haven't really found one with this type of scent profile that performs good. Even, Dior Homme Cologne, one of my beloved favorite summer citrus fragrances, doesn't perform all that great either. That's just kind of how this type of thing works. You really have to put some heavy aquatic notes or ambroxan or some other, heavier notes in there to get it to perform like a beast mode scent, like Aqua Atlantique, for example. That ambroxan, that seaweed, all that heavy notes makes it perform. Something like this, there's just not a whole lot of substance to it. They can increase the vetiver, but then it's not going to have the same effect. Hugo Boss Reversed, I get pretty good performance from that one, better than this one and better than Iced, and that's because it utilizes the vetiver to a higher extent. The vetiver, the rosemary, the bergamot, just some heavier notes in there, but it still maintains pretty fresh, which is why I think it's a great, great scent. This one, respectable performance for what it is, but again, if you want a better performing scent from the line, go with Hugo Boss Reversed. If you decide to take advantage of this upcoming sale, again, it's something you guys don't want to sleep on. They don't run sales like this that often, and their prices are already very, very competitive, especially considering they're based in Canada. I mean, they're keeping it very competitive. Even when you're paying the shipping to the US, the prices are still almost unbeatable. So with this 10% off and free shipping, you got to give it a shot. They have niche fragrances, they have designer fragrances, discontinued, new releases, everything. So make sure you go check it out. Link down below. I'm going to go ahead and sum it up here with Hugo Boss Now. My final thoughts on the scent. Is it one you should pick up? In my opinion, if you have all the rest from the line and you want another high heat summer type fragrance, sure, it may be worth looking into. And again, you can get it at a discounted price. But if you're not really sure, you haven't really sampled the line yet, I would say maybe wait, just hold off and try out Hugo Boss Reversed, try out Hugo Boss Iced, kind of give those a shot first, see if they kind of solve what you're looking for, and if they don't, then perhaps you can try out Hugo Boss Now. Again, I do think it smells nice, but I do think there may be some better options out there for some of you guys. So guys, that's pretty much going to be it for me. That's my thoughts on Hugo Boss Now. It smells really nice, and the bottle presentation does look great. I was expecting a bit more, but it's still not bad. And look, it's still something I'm going to reach for. It's something that I'm going to put in some videos that are, appropriate for this type of thing, because there's no denying the fact that it does smell pleasant and it is going to be a mass appealing type of scent Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, FragranceBuy, check out their sale going on down below. It's going to end on July 6th at, I believe, 11:59. So, you have still a couple days left to get in there and get your items that you want. It's going to be, first come, first serve. They could sell out at any point, so I wouldn't just add stuff to your cart and then kind of think about it. It's probably going to be gone when you come back. So check it out down below. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.